It's Melania and Linda on Melinda News. Over to Melania.
Now, we explain the real story behind the tragic assassination of our Prime Minister. Last night, October 31st, Halloween, the Prime Minister, John Key, was assassinated by terrorists dressed in Halloween costumes with real weapons in his very house.
The Prime Minister was at his front door handing out candy when a group of trick-or-treaters arrived at his front door and threatened John Key with their weapons. As John Key thought this was just a joke, he laughed at them and gave them exactly the same candy as everyone else. This was a big mistake.
The assassins pulled out their knives, one of them pressing it against his throat, stopping him from calling the security guards. John Key dropped the candy bag and shoved them aside, running down his path. His garden. What happened next was atrocious.
The assassins chased after John Key, taped his mouth shut, and strapped him onto the tree. There he was beaten until he bled and then unfortunately died. The assassins each spat on his death place and whispered words of hate to him. We even have CCTV footage of this attack.
Story.
Now over to Jennifer Olsen with an exclusive interview with two witnesses.
Hey, thank you very much. I am here with my two witnesses, Ling Zhao and Li Shi. So, they were both there at the attack. So I will be asking them the questions. So, what happened?
What happened? 怎么回事? She said that there were a few kids there, and they looked suspicious, so she stopped and looked at them, and then she saw them pull out a knife and started stabbing John Key, and it's just so traumatizing.
So, did anything else happen?
怎么回事？还有什么东西? She said that nothing really much happened, but she left the scene, but she's not sure what happened there.
So, what did she do about it?
你做了什么? She left and alerted the police, but she said that by the time they arrived, that they had gone and they found Junky's body in his house.
So they must have dragged his body to the house to get rid of the evidence, which is a great piece of information that we can use. So thank you very much, you two. If you could say thank you to her as well for your time. And this is very great. And back to you. Hello again. I'm with my new witness, and her name is Fiona Johnson. I'm going to ask her exactly the same question, and if you please would not interrupt me, that would be okay. And so my first question for you is, what happened?
Fine, I'll tell you. I was walking into a McDonald's and I picked up my burger, and the takeaway was very nice, but I was walking back eating my burger when suddenly I heard lots of screaming and the sound of guns and knives and all these weapons. I dropped my burger and turned around. My burger! Yeah, I dropped my burger and I had to run 2 centimeters. I can't even run 1 centimeter.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Okay, I think that's enough. Come on, just get it. Just get it. Okay, so come on. I need to ask you. It's okay. I need to ask you another question, and that is, what did you do?
What do you mean?
I mean, what did you do at the time of the attack? Do you think this is funny?
No.
Yes.
You do think this is funny, don't you?
You're the one.
Don't you?
You're the one laughing.
You wanna go?
Don't abuse me.
You wanna go?
Over to you, Emily, for the weather report.
Good evening, it's Emily Waters with today's weather report on Melinda News Weather. So today in the North Island, overall it is quite sunny, which is a very good thing. So in Northland over here, as you can see, it is quite sunny, and with Kaitaia being and Karikari and Whangarei being quite close to the high, which is causing most of the nice sunny weather here. And down here also, Dargaville and Auckland is very good. Hamilton, unfortunately, with a little bit of cloud, and a few other cloudy spots here as well as you go down because of the cold fronts clashing with the warm fronts, creating clouds. But luckily, it is mostly fine in most areas. And down here, Palmerston North, unfortunately, is cloudy, including Wellington, but Masterton is very sunny, which is very good news. And New Plymouth over here is unfortunately cloudy as well because lots of tourists are flocking over there trying to see the new great view here. And yes, of course, on Gisborne, the warm and the cold front clashing is creating the cloudy areas, which is unfortunate as well. So down on the South Island, on the west side, unfortunately there's a big low over here, which is causing lots of wind and cloud and rain. So over here, there's a lot of rain and wind and everything. So with Hokitika being the worst, very rainy and windy. So please watch out for this weekend. And luckily, Alexandra, it kind of clears up here with the high heading over here. So Alexandra does clear up a little bit with mostly cloudy. And up on the east side, luckily it is very sunny in most places, with only Timaru, Oamaru, and Gore and Blenheim being a little bit partly cloudy, which is not so bad. So luckily we've got all those other sunny parts where we can enjoy the weather. And that's all for today for Melinda News Weather, and I hope you enjoyed this weather forecast, and hope you have a lovely weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, Emily, for the great weather report. It looks like it'll be a very nice weekend.
I hope so. Up next, we answer the burning question. Are gummy bears really going to take over the world?
Be right back on Melinda News. Stay tuned.